Hi, my name is Rose and we are in my kitchen. Today we're going to make another holiday recipe. We're making pumpkin no-bake cookies. And so we're going to get started with that. I'm going to have a quarter cup of this light country crock. I'll have 2 tablespoons of skim milk. You can use whole milk if you'd like. Evaporated milk will also work. I'm going to have a quarter cup of pumpkin. I will have a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I will have just a pinch of salt, and I will have 2 cups of quick 1-minute oats. So 2 cups of that. And the sugar I'll be using is baking sugar, stevia, and I'll have a half a cup of sugar. I have the quarter cup of butter, and then I will also have pumpkin pie spice, and that's going to be a half a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. These will be ready in a jiffy. I'm going to get started with my measuring, and then we'll be back. So I'm ready to start combining ingredients for our pumpkin no-bake cookies for the holidays. The first thing I will do is add the sugar. I've got a half a cup of sugar substitute. I've got my quarter cup of butter melted. You can use real butter. I used light country crock. And we have 2 tablespoons of milk. So I'll start my oven at medium high. And we're going to go with our sugar first. I used monk fruit. And we'll add quarter cup butter. And then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of milk. And we'll give that a good stir. Next, I have a quarter cup of pumpkin. We'll add that. And continue the mixing process. The point is to get the sugar very well blended. Completely melted and absorbed with the pumpkin into the pumpkin. Make a very smooth mixture. So it's on medium-high heat. I'm going to bring this to a boil, and I'm going to let it boil for exactly 1 minute. No more, no less. For no-bake cookies, it's all about how you set the sugar up. And boiling at less than a minute, your cookies won't set, and they might be a little too crumbly if you boil it too long. So I'm just going to let this come to a boil, and then I'll boil it for exactly 1 minute. And then we're going to add the vanilla and pumpkin pie spice. So let's let this get to a boil, and I'll add the remaining ingredients. So it's going at a good boil. I have about 20 seconds left of this boil. Once I'm done with this, I'm going to add half a tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice and a teaspoon of vanilla. I'll remove from the heat. There we go. There's our minute. Now I'll turn the heat off and remove it. It's really gone. So I need to add our vanilla. We've got pumpkin pie spice. And I also have a dash of salt. Just a pinch of salt. And then I'll mix this. And then our final step will be to add the oats to this. And I have 2 cups of oats ready to go. So I measured out my 2 cups of quick oats. I'll add it to this mixture and mix it well. Make sure all the oats get covered and moistened really well. If you can't get it with a spoon, eventually this gets thick enough to do it with your hands. So I'll let you know what this looks like here in a second once I get it all combined. So this is completely combined. Everything is wet. What I'll do is form balls out of this and put them on my parchment paper. I should be able to get 12 to 15 cookies out of this. So I'll just set it up. And then for these, we do the same as we do with the regular no bakes. A slight smoosh. So make a ball and a little bit of a smoosh. And that's it. So I'll get these taken care of. These are going to sit for 2 hours in order to set. You can keep them in the refrigerator for 2 weeks. You can keep them on the counter for 1 week in a sealed container, and you can freeze these for 2 months. I was able to get 12 cookies out of this mixture. To be fair, about 1 cookie might be missing because test to make sure that everything's okay. So we did a little bit of a test, and everything tastes delicious. I really like the pumpkin flavor this time of year. In the fall, it tastes really good. Thank you for joining me Cooking Light with Rose, a little on the lighter side. We're doing recipes for the holidays. Join me next week and let's try out a sweet potato casserole. I'll see you then. Thanks.